Okay, let's first create the L bracket as shown in the tutorial. Okay, this has slightly different, so I'll call it L bracket. Change the directory if you haven't done already. Let me call it 1 part solid. Okay, it's already in use, so I will make, let's say, 2 different name. Now I will select first show my planes. Okay, the plane. Now I'll pick, let's say, this plane and sketch. Okay, make L shape by using lines and arc. Okay, I use this line to here, and then I'll use an arc, this arc from this center and to this line. Okay, and then I will draw straight line from here to here. I'm working from remote, so this tracking that line, so I will align. I'll use the snapping tool and I will use an arc this point up to, I can do the constraint later. Okay, and another line. Okay, and when it's snap I will stop. Okay, then middle mouse, I'm done. So I make the basic shape by using this tool. Okay, now I define my geometry. Okay, so for now, double click, let's say, look, this is some significant number, so I will give some desired size. Okay, 200 height, and this, let's say, I'll pick 30. So depending on, so for now I'm using some random number. Okay, but you will change that when depending on the need. Okay, 150, and let's say I define everything. Okay, let me get rid of the planes. Okay, this radius is, let's say, 60. Okay, then I give this radius to be concentric. I'll make them concentric. So this guy, shift, I will is to be coincident, the center of the two. Okay, like this two to be concentric. So you'll get error resolve. I'm making them equal. Some are vertical, some are horizontal, some are tangent. So I will delete the tangent one or the horizontal one. Okay, so I have to delete some of the constraint in order for one of them to succeed. Okay, as you see now, they are all centered. The circles are concentric. And then I have this is equal to with this. Okay, and this dimension I already specified myself. This line is tangent with this line is tangent with this. Okay, and these two are equal, and this I'll make it vertical. Select that and hit vertical. So this is, it's telling me that it's redundant, so I will undo. Okay, Control G to regenerate. So I have all the dimensions. Let me give dimension to this one. If I'm giving extra dimension, Creo will warn me that there are, say, highlight 9 constraints, 2 dimension conflict, okay? Because it's deduced, this is telling me unnecessary, or I can do that reference dimension. So it is basically it's deduced from whatever we have from this. So we'll talk about the degree of freedom and associated with the dimension, how many dimensions we need, okay? But now I have relations. This line is equal to is this, tangency constraint, tangency, this line are aligned, everything. So we don't need, this is extra reference, okay? I have now this is sketch, and then all that I need to do is extrude, okay? Extrude, let's say I will put this dimension to be 200, okay? And done, okay? So this is the basic shape that I have. Now I need to drill 2 holes, okay? I'll select this face and just make a sketch, okay? It takes this, it takes the reference of that corner. Now I can add a reference here, okay? I can select this edge and add it as a reference, okay? So reference, I can select this edge as a reference, okay? The edge is already taken here. Okay, I can remove the other parts as the extruded part, top, so I can get rid of this. You can delete, okay? So now, sorry, I have to do it again. Let me do it. Yes, so cancel, okay, yes. So pick this surface, sketch, took this axis, and all that I need to do is right click here, add reference this edge. I can select this edge, surface edge, okay? So if I do that, then it takes that edge, okay? Now I can make, it will take this a reference, this also. So I can make circle here, and parallel to that, I draw a circle, okay? And give dimension. Okay, now I'll specify this, let's say 40. I'll specify this. I can change this later depending on what size I have for the material that I am going to assemble. Let's say if I give 140, so I specify that 60, and let's say this is 40, okay? So the hole, they should match to the part that I'm filling, okay? If not, then it will not. So now what I do is I go to extrude. I will not extrude it upwards. Instead, what I do is extrude cut. Okay, this is what, how do you do that? You go to, let me zoom everything, select the mouse, left mouse, middle mouse when you finish. Now look, it's making a extruded, but that's not what I wanted. I want to remove it. Okay, so I will, it's by mistake that I selected OK. So, but I can edit. I right click here and edit. Okay, in the definition, I will say, don't make part extrusion. I say remove, okay? Remove direction down with this, so it will completely remove. And there are options to completely remove through the solid, which is this, okay? That's it. So now I have my part done, okay? The next thing that I will do is this one. I'll make same thing, okay? Make a sketch. So you can take this as a reference, right click, and pick this as a surface. Takes my reference, okay? Now draw circle. I'll make circle at the center. Okay, and then I give this dimension 100. The depth is 100, 200 in half of it. Or you can create a relationship. I will not go to those for now, but let's make the shape. Okay, let's make this 50. Okay, let's make this 40. Okay, from the top. As I said, you can modify later. Okay, edit. Now what do? I will extrude again, extrude, but I will extrude cut, remove the other direction completely through this one. Okay, done. So it's almost closer to the part that I wanted. Now I will make this chamfer. Okay, this I will make them corners. Okay, the corner, how do I do that? There is a rounds option. So I'll go to rounds, and all that you need to do is select this corner, hold the middle mouse, you can rotate and make the center. Okay, and then you can give the radius here 10 or 20, or you can just, you can also drag by handler. Okay, by double clicking here. 60. Okay, again this is 60. So you can do that to make something, the shape similar to what I have. Once you have that, just save it. Okay, save it. Okay, I saved this my part. Okay, now I think it's slightly different from the simple L shape that we have seen before, but this one has more features. Okay, look, one feature, another feature, another feature, 4 features. Okay, everything can be done by extrude or extrude cut, except that I used rounds here. Okay, so making this shape is the first step in, I think this is one of the multi feature components that what we have. Okay, as far as definition is concerned, it's all about going, you can go back and then change it here. Okay, you can see all the dimensions here too. Okay, you can go back and then change later after I finish this. So for example, here, edit. First you have to go to edit definition. When you put the definition, it will bring you the option what we did here. This is important. 60 millimeter from this face, 40 from this side, and the center distance. Typically this center distance, and let's say you can define center distance is important. If I want to define center distance, I go here, select the center, select the center, and middle mouse. Okay, so it's saying that I'm doing extra dimension, so I don't want the longer one, 140. So what I do is I'll select that, delete it. Okay, so instead I want to know the center distance is more relevant. Okay, because for holes. So if that's the case, you can go back and edit. Okay, save. Once you finish, save. Okay, now you make this ready for assembly.